So here we have the Grado SR60E Prestige Series unboxing. The box is very simple, very very light as well. The headphones feel light, and the box is a lot smaller than I anticipated. So what's in the box? You have your Grado headphones, of course. I love the retro styling of these. They're very light. I don't know how durable they would be. I guess this is something you would just hang up and use leisurely. I don't think this is something you can throw in your bag and take with you. Probably a headphone that you probably leave in the house and put on whenever you want to listen to some high quality music. The only other thing that came in the box is this paper right here of 3 generations of sound. So I'm guessing those are the owners or the pioneers, what you call it. John, Jonathan, and Matthew, it looks like. So, yeah, stay tuned for the review. What's going on, YouTube? I go by the name of Rum Dada, and I want to welcome you to my new series called HiFi by a Regular Guy. So, in my first installment of the series, I'm going to be reviewing the Grado Lab Prestige Series SR60Es. These are a budget hi-fi headphone, rated at 32 ohms, and they're made by Grado Lab. So, without further ado, I'm just going to give you my initial impressions of the headphones. So after listening to these for about 30 minutes plugged directly into my MacBook Pro, I decided that these were trash. Amazon can have them back. I want my money back. I'll get a different pair. Before I went to return them, though, I got on the internet and I wanted to really read why people thought they were so good. Is it, my ears can't hear what they're hearing? So I ran across a few articles on people saying that you need to have a DAC and an amplifier. So I figured, hey, I have some DJ equipment. I believe it has an amplifier already built in. Let me plug those in there. So I plugged them into my DDJ SX2 controller. They sounded a slight bit better, but even with the amplifier, all I can really hear is the mids, and the treble was kind of screaming in my ear. I'm like, okay, maybe these are just for like symphony, or they're just for classical music, but for as far as pop, what I'm really into, these aren't going to do it for me. So I still didn't give up. I wanted to read a little more, to figure out was my synopsis, was my theory on these correct. People were saying, no, you need to have a DAC as well. So I tried to do research on my DJ equipment. I couldn't find if they actually had a DAC built into them. Or I couldn't find, if they did have a DAC built into them, I couldn't find any specs on it. I couldn't find anything about that. So I did a little more research, and I actually purchased a Gishelli DAC and amplifier. Mainly because the casing looks really cool, and the specs were pretty much some of the highest specs, and I found out that it was a US-based company. But once I plugged these into that setup, night and day. I actually got enjoyment out of music, and this is like legit enjoyment I've never got before. I probably listened to these for 2 hours straight, and it was so crazy to me that my girlfriend was trying to pull me away, and she's like, "Come on, like, get away from these stupid headphones. Like, you're being a geek. Like, just come on. Like, let's watch a movie." And I didn't want to. So I told her, hey, just entertain me for a quick second. And I let her put them on, and I was just waiting for her to, like, smile and say, wow, these are awesome. And she didn't. And I think it might have been because she really wanted me to come watch the movie. And then she walked away, and I listened to another song, a song we've heard a million times before. Is actually Tory Lane's Love. And in that song, you can like almost hear a little water droplet within the beat, and I found that so amazing. I'm like, babe, come here. Like, trust me, entertain me just for 2 more seconds. Like, tell me, like, if you hear anything different. Like, I didn't mess with this audio. Like, just tell me what it sounds like. I played the song for her. She's listening to it. dang, I messed it up. She's listening to it, and she smiled, and I knew exactly why she smiled, because she heard that beat, that little the little nuance in the song that we've never heard before, and it was just so amazing to me because I played it in my car in the clubs, and I'm starting to hear notes that I've never heard before. And to me, that's just the most amazing thing about this is you can get lost in the music. You're actually hearing what the producers, the engineers actually hear. You're listening to what they're putting out. You're not listening to like the compressed format. I mean, it's just so amazing. It's amazing. So that's the sound quality portion of this. That's the sound quality portion of it. Blown away, completely blown away. But that's only after I got the DAC and the amplifier. So let's talk about comfort. Um, Comfort. As I was saying earlier, these do feel a little cheap. They're very light, which isn't bad on the ears because they're light. That's actually good. You don't want anything too heavy on your head. But um, I don't know about the styling of it. Definitely gonna mess up my curls a little bit. But the styling of it, I guess it's okay. But the one thing I can say is once you have these headphones on for about um, 35 to 45 minutes, it starts to get uncomfortable. Um, it gives me too much pressure on the top of my ears, and it gives me a headache after about 45 minutes. So I can't listen to these for a long period of time, which is a little disappointing. I'm thinking maybe because I bought their entry level HiFi headphones. I'm pretty sure that the series up is a lot more comfortable, but I didn't want to spend too much on these because I had no idea of what they're capable of. But now that I know how amazing HiFi headphones are, I'm addicted. It's probably gonna be a money pit. It's gonna be ridiculous, but I'm gonna keep going and try different headphones until I find the exact headphone that I love, and then I'm just gonna roll with that. So if I was to give this a rating from 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, of course, and a 10 being that this is my first set of HiFi headphones, and how it changed my whole outlook on music, I would have to give these a solid 7, and I give them a 7 just because of the comfort issues. They're just not comfortable at all, and I can't listen to them for a long period of time. But it did open my eyes or my ears up to music and notes that I've never heard before. So that's my little review on the Grado Slabs Prestige Series SR60Es. Until next time, it's your boy Ramdada. I'm out.